In this video, we're going to figure out how to find angles, and we're going to do that. We're going to learn about supplementary angles and vertical angles, and also about isosceles triangles. So in terms of the basics, the SAT, most of the time they want you to figure out the triangle. And we know the triangle has 180 degrees. They could make you figure out the circle. And we know that the circle has 360 degrees. Or they can make you just find lines by themselves. And lines have 180 degrees. So the first one we're going to go over is called the supplementary angle. So with the supplementary angle, let's say that this is 50 right here. We know the entire line is 180. So to figure out this angle right here, we do 180 minus 50, which is 130. So the next one we're going to go over, so this is called supplementary. So let's say we have it like this. Let's say that we have 70 here. So the next one we're going to go over is actually called vertical angles. If there's 70 right here, the exact opposite also has to be 70. Now to figure out this one, we notice it kind of looks like a straight line like this, right? So this is called the supplementary angle. So 180 minus 70 is 110. And we know that through vertical angles, this is also 110. So let's do another example. Let's say we have this. From this one angle right here, let's say this is 70 degrees, I can figure out all the other angles that we see. So the first one I like to do is called vertical angles. So from the direct opposite is always 70. From here, I can do supplementary angles. So to the left of the 70, I know it makes a straight line. So 180 minus 70 is 110. And it's also 110 due to vertical angles here. And then the other thing that I know is that if it's on the top right, I also know the top right is the same, which is 70. Vertical angles, supplementary angles, and then vertical angles again. And the same thing over here. If I see the top right is 70, I know it's 70. Top left is 110, I know it's 110. And then the pattern really continues. So from one angle, I can literally figure out everything else. Let's go ahead and practice some problems. So the first one, it says the formula 180 minus z equals 2y. Y equals 75. So from here, I'm just going to plug it in through substitution. So now it looks like 180 minus z equals 150. From here, I'm going to get z by itself. So I'm going to do plus z, and then I'm going to do minus 150, minus 150. The z's cancel out, the 150s cancel out. So z equals 30. So I know that 30 goes in right here. Now, this is also called an isosceles triangle. I see those two little lines right there. That means that the two of the sides are the same. If two of the sides are the same, I know that the opposite angles. So what I know so far is that in a triangle, there's 180 degrees. I know z is 30, so I can do 180 minus 30, and that's 150. And so I know that from here, these two angles are the same. And so to figure out those two angles, I'm just going to have to divide by 2. 150 divided by 2 is 75. So from here, I know that this right here is 75. This right here is also 75. So from here, I know that through supplementary angles, I can figure out this x, and that's what it wants. So x would be 180 minus 75. And then what it'll look like, it's 5, 7, so the answer would be 105. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at this problem right here. So the first thing I notice is that there's something called the supplementary angle because it makes a straight line. So I do 180 minus 106. That's 10, that's 7, so it's going to be 4. It'll be 74. So this right here would be 74. And I notice that it makes a triangle. So with this triangle right here, I know that I'm trying to figure out what this is. So what we're going to have to do is going to add these two angles first. So I'm going to do 74 plus 23, that's 797. And then from here, to figure out this angle, I'm going to have to subtract it from 180. So 180 minus 97, it's going to be 3, then this is going to be 17, it'll be 8. So right here, it would be 83. And then from that 83 right here, I'm going to subtract it from 180. So it's going to be 180 minus 83 to figure out the supplementary angle for this one. So it's going to be 10, be 7, be 17, and then the answer would be 97. And from there, that will be your answer. Alright, so with this one has a lot of information. The first thing I have to notice is that it gives us something. What it gives us is RT equals TU. So I make a line right there, and that just signifies that they're the same length. And if they're the same length, we know that they have the same angle. So this angle and then this angle is actually the same. So from here, I like to break everything into pieces. So the first thing is I want to look for supplementary angles. So I notice that there's 114 right here, and I'm going to figure out the supplementary angle to that. So first, it's going to be 180 minus 114. Then from here, it's 10, that's 6, that's 7, that's 6. So I know from here that this right here is 66. And then from here, I want to figure out this last side right here. So to do that, I'm going to do 180 minus 31, which is 10, that's 9, that's 7, that's 149. And then I'm going to subtract it again by 66. So that's 3, that's 8. So I know this right here would be 83. And I know through vertical angles that this right here is also 83. And then from right here, I know that this one is going to be equal to this one. And I look at the big triangle. So if I was going to draw another big triangle over here to the right, this right here is 114. To figure out these two, I'm going to have to do 180 minus 114. It's 10, that's 7, so that's 6, that's 66. Since I know that these two are the same, I'm going to have to divide by 2. And that means that it's 33. And so I can mark this right here as 33. I'm going to draw another triangle, the really small one. So it's going to be, so far we have this as 33. We have this as 83. We have to figure out this one. So I'm going to add 83 plus 33, 6, 116. I'm going to do 180 minus 116. And that right there, it's 10, that's 7, so it's going to be 4, 64. So the answer would be C.